Enoshima starts the way most good days here do, right at the crossroads outside Katase-Enoshima Station. No plan beyond following the crowd. A quick beat before the bridge, and already the streets busier than expected. People and traffic threading past on their own morning errands. A guideboard marks the start of the Shonan Coastal Trail, Kanto Furiai no Michi, for anyone tempted to keep walking past Enoshima entirely. Then the island itself comes into view, a slow zoom out across the water, waves rolling in, an eagle somewhere overhead, boats bobbing in the harbor with the sea candle tower rising behind them. And now we're moving, crossing the bridge on foot, a cyclist sliding past, the coastline opening up on either side. Halfway across, the other side of the bridge reveals itself. Rooftops, low buildings, a car easing past in the foreground. Down at the water's edge, a few people are fishing off the embankment, the island rising behind them, and right on cue, someone gets a bite. A signpost marks the Enoshima Yacht Harbor, cyclists and walkers alike funneling toward the island. Past a stone lantern and a dragon monument, a group in happy coats walks ahead, festival colors already out this early. A slow pan across the marina, boats moored in neat rows, the harbor doing its quiet, unbothered thing. Near the bike rental stands, a scenic spot monument gives one more look back at the beach and the tower before the bridge curves on. A car passes sea and coastline stretching out behind it. This bridge really doesn't have a bad angle. Down at the beach, jet skis are parked and surfers are already out. A couple of anglers working the breakwater rocks. Two men in happy coats and jikatabi walk past, proper festival footwear, and a good sign of what's waiting on the island. Traffic on one side, more happy coat walkers heading over on the other. Enoshima's clearly expecting company today. One bigger pan takes in the whole scene, surfers, paddleboarders, the breakwater pier stretching out, though today's cloud cover means Fuji's sitting this one out. The bridge curves past coastal buildings toward the sea candle tower, a surfer catching a wave just offshore. More surfers, more waves. The sound alone tells you this coastline earns its reputation. A zoom in on the yacht harbor shows fishing boats moored below a small lighthouse, the island's tree line crowding in behind them. And then, almost without warning, the crossing ends, the entrance to Enoshima's main shopping street right there ahead. through the torii gate, and suddenly it's a full festival. Happy coats, a drum being carried through the crowd, Natsu Matsuri very much underway. A child rides the float, drumming away like it's the easiest job in the world, while groups in matching yukata and happy filter past the torii behind them. The kind of scene that makes you put the camera down for a second, then immediately pick it back up. One last pan down the shopping street, storefronts, food signage, the crowd thickening the closer we get to the torii, and just like that, we're in it. A quick check of the tourist map. You are here, right at the edge of Enoshima's main street, before ducking back through the torii and into the crowd heading up the hill. This building's worth a second look, a proper onsen ryokan, tucked right into the shopping street. If a day trip isn't enough, this is where you'd stay. Soak in a hot spring bath, fall asleep to festival drums outside the window, wake up and do it all again. Back on the street, and it's classic Enoshima. Souvenir shops, shoulder to shoulder with seafood vendors. Tourists drifting from stall to stall. A quick browse through snacks and trinkets. The kind of shop you don't need anything from but end up buying something anyway. Yamamoto Shoten's senbei counter catches the eye next, then a quieter side street, a post office, an ATM, a dango banner hanging over shuttered storefronts. Another angle on the torii gate, red against the green, festival goers in matching happy coming back down the steps as we start heading up. Past the gate, the shrine grounds open up. A stone monument, a lantern, the base of another torii pillar tucked into a small memorial garden. It's quieter up here, just a stone path, a red bridge, a lantern under the trees, and cicadas, doing what cicadas do in a Japanese summer. The stairs climb on, festival participants filing down past us, and near the top, a small shrine niche holds a carved dragon relief. Easy to miss if you're not looking up. From here, the view opens up completely. Rooftops, the coastline, the whole town laid out through the frame of the torii gate. This is the Enoshima Tenno Matsuri, held every July, one of roughly 50 major festivals recognized across Kanagawa Prefecture, dedicated to Gozu Tenno, a deity traditionally called on to ward off disease and disaster. The shrine garden here has been part of that tradition for generations. Lanterns, quiet monuments, a smaller shrine building tucked below, and one more long staircase climbing toward the gate where the real ceremony is about to start. A quick stop at the chozuya to purify hands and mouth before entering, ladles resting on stone exactly as they have for centuries. And then, walking up the last few steps, the shrine hall reveals itself. And there it is. The golden mikoshi, already surrounded by festival participants. The mikoshi sits at the center of it all, red banners lining the shrine grounds, the crowd murmuring quietly under the cicada hum. A closer look at the centerpiece itself, priests and miko in full ceremonial dress, the crowd growing thicker by the minute. The officiants take their seats before the shrine, mikoshi and crowd gathered under the red banners, and then the donations begin. Offerings passed forward while everyone else watches quietly from behind the barrier. The crowd holds a few surprises of its own. A figure in full samurai-style armor, helmet and all, standing with the Japanese flag standard. White-robed shrine attendants move past carrying ceremonial staffs, red lanterns hanging overhead, and the focus drifts back to the mikoshi. The onlookers packed in tighter now than before. A festival host takes the mic near the booth. a camera crew filming just off to the side. The ceremony's about to properly begin. This is what we came for. Rows of townspeople are already seated in front of the shrine, fans working overtime against the July heat, a few in yukata, most in whatever they grabbed on the way out the door, everyone here for the same reason. Off to the side, the mikoshi waits in the courtyard, gold, lacquered, a phoenix riding on top, ready for its turn to move. Past the ceremony, the island quiets down fast. Tucked beside a small pond, a dragon coils around a rock. Ryujin and Benziton, guardians of the water according to the sign posted alongside, and just in front of it, a wishing box where people drop in coins without breaking stride. The stairs climb on, red lanterns, creeping ivy, a pink umbrella catching the eye against all that green. A torii marks Yasaka Jinja, tucked into the hillside like it's been waiting there quietly the whole time everyone else was watching the mikoshi. Then Nakamise Dori again, this time heading the other way. Old shop fronts, the Tsuruya sign that's clearly been there longer than anyone currently walking past it. One last look back, Enoshima Island Spa presides over the water, a festival banner still marking the island's anniversary. Then it's just sea, gray and overcast. A lone paddler, working the swell out past the jetty, the mainland waiting hazy in the distance. Back at Katase-Enoshima, and somewhere along the way, the sun's gone completely. The station glowing red against a black sky. A small crowd waiting outside the 7-Eleven like it's the last open door in Kanagawa. A few minutes on, Aloha Table lights up an empty corner. Traffic signals holding red over a crossroads with nobody left around to stop for it. The walk back takes us over the bridge again. This time under streetlights instead of sunshine, the road stretching out ahead with just a scatter of headlights in the distance. On the water side, the coastline glows in patches. Pier lights holding steady against the dark. Apartment towers stacked against the hillside floor by floor. One last look back over Katase-Enoshima at night. A pagoda-roofed building, lit up and reflecting on the water, bridge lights catching in the ripples below. Then it's back on foot, a quieter side street this time. Enoshima Diner, glowing on the corner, while everything else on the block has already pulled its shutters down for the night. And there it is, red and yellow lanterns lighting up a storefront window. The smell already reaching the sidewalk. Dinner's found. First round on the table, 2 mugs of premium malts straight to the mouth. First sip, mug lowered, already looking forward to the next one. In front of us, a wall of nihonshu and shochu stands at attention. Bottle after bottle of names I can't fully translate but fully intend to come back for. And there it is, asari and shirasu ramen. Clamshells and a heap of tiny white shirasu peeking out from under the kazami nori. Chopsticks in, first real lift of the night. Clam, shirasu, broth, all coming up together. Right next to it, bowl 2. Chashu ramen, 3 thick slices stacked in, a half ajitama sitting in the middle, like it knows exactly how good it looks. A closer look at the chashu bowl, scallions scattered through a tear-based broth that's clearly not messing around. And then the noodle pull on bowl 1, steam rising straight up off the asari and shirasu. chopsticks lifting a full curtain of noodles clean out of the bowl. A tighter angle on the chashu bowl, chopsticks pulling up through the tear, then straight in for a bite of chashu, still warm enough to steam. Halfway through now, the chashu bowl down to a pool of tear and scattered noodles, the asari shirasu broth line dropping fast with every lift. And that's dinner. Both bowls down to broth. Chopsticks finally resting across the rim. Correct way to end a Matsuri day, no notes. Outside, the walk back goes over Bentenbashi, the quieter footbridge running alongside the main causeway. City lights doing the talking now that the drums have long gone quiet behind us. Ramen in, beer in. Not a bad way to close out Enoshima. But Shonan isn't done with me yet. Next up, Umi no Yie, the seasonal beach huts that vanish as fast as they appear. Subscribe if you want to catch that one. See you on the beach.